Hello, boys and girls. My name is Yoshi1907 here, and you are watching my 100% blind playthrough of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity for Nintendo Switch. Well, we played on the Nintendo Switch too, that is. In the last video, we left off doing on Chapter 5, Calamity Strikes, and getting all of the Koroks inside. Now we're going to do Water and Fire, because that's the next one in the chapter order, and get all the Koroks there. Strangely enough, there are only 3 Koroks in this area, 2 of which are likely on top of other ones. This map is also a little glitchy too. Oh wait, no, it's probably not. It's just some Koroks are on top of others. What's weird is some of these are usually split into 2 sections, but some aren't. Alright, I'm not going to waste too much time because we have to get this done like this, and also, yeah, you do get forced to use certain characters because these are normally when you encounter them. For some reason I remember Hestu as being one of the characters. Let's fix that by having Link be in, and we could do Zelda next. Zelda's still not supposed to be awakened, but we could keep doing stuff anyway.
Let's dive right in.
There we go. So, we're gonna go into this mission and get all the Koroks inside. I'm gonna have to probably zoom in on this app or zoom out rather in certain spots, I don't know. Because it's not very clear where the Koroks are. Okay, never mind. So as you might have guessed, there are a couple of chests that also have a Korok inside of them too at the same time, so we need to get those done first. But you might have noticed, yes, this is not a normal battle. This is another one where we have to do a Divine Beast battle first, typically, before doing the regular battle, or afterwards. Anyways, we're gonna skip both of those as we're going to need to go and do stuff.
Under the control to the east of the monsters.
Yeah, I can build this when I want. Alright, so in case you haven't noticed, we get forced into linear scenarios where if you don't take too long, the battle will just end in a defeat. The way I'm going to situate it is as follows. Zelda will be the item grabber and basically grab all the items we can, but also act as a secondary spot to more quickly get to the second Divine Beast whenever that happens. For starters, she's going to go up top and grab this item. And if we still have time, she can move forward to grab the other stuff. Now, unlike some previous battles where I've been just aggressively attacking stuff, we get kind of a timer where we have to really hurry for this mission, so our best bet is to go here first and get stuff. Breaking these quests gives us... Breaking these jeez, I keep saying something different. The crates, there we go, that's what I'm saying. Breaking the crates gives us our first Korok of the mission. There's only 3 of them here, so it's gonna go really fast, but there's also chests to grab as well. We've only ever picked up 2 of them, most of which we capped. It's kind of weird that because of the time frame of how short this is, we pretty much have to skip everything. This, I think, is one of the only missions where you pretty much want to intentionally skip almost every monster and do a minimum mills one. That's probably the only way you'll have enough time to get the chest. And even so, you want to be very efficient with your chest grabbing in this mission. Otherwise, it could get really tricky. Alright. Might be a way to clear this. I'm gonna have to figure out where that ended up anyway later. Because we need to go and get these Koroks first. Now imagine this troll part. Remember, you can do all this on the hardest difficulty if you choose to. I could only imagine this mission on the hardest difficulty. How tough it must be. But yeah, we have to pretty much ignore everything. Even keeps we have to ignore. It's so weird, but that is the fastest way to get this done. Okay, we got some stuff to mark on the map now. And we have to zoom in so we can get the Korok as well. There we go. We're already 4 out of 8 treasure chests gotten. And we'll have even less to grab then eventually because we won't those on the map either. In fact, I know where the last 2 are because a couple of them I already acquired while I was doing this before. So in reality, we actually only have 2 chests left because a couple of them we've already grabbed. So again, in order to get this done, we need to be quick. Oh, we need to attack this first. I think that enemy was invincible because we have a moblin to defeat first. Okay. But that's only part of the malice gone. Now probably the easier way of doing stuff is to somehow move Link to be able to change layers. The easiest way to do that is to probably set him to that. But instead of going right away, we're gonna go back here with Zelda to now get a Korok. That was weird. Link has a little ways to go anyway before he can do stuff. So that's one of those, you gotta stop it first with stasis so that you can then more consistently hit it. And then... Oh, we already got that. Apparently, we just randomly collected the chest from something. It's fine. Even if we appear to have missed a chest, that's fine. The game will still tell us which one we've missed by showing us on the minimap. But yeah, I guess I must have opened it already. It must have been somewhere around here. Yeah, we must have blindly opened it already. Okay, we need to go quickly again. It's annoying that we need to just basically rush. We can't really take our time here. Actually trying to clear the entire map is all impossible because of the time limit. Yeah, once again, more black lavas to deal with. And electric goblin along with them. Right. Hey, for once, it's not giving me a dodge tutorial right away. Ooh. We still might have new enemies to defeat, so it's not like we can just do those stuff. Alright. Oh, it's not all gone yet. Okay, we got an item. We've gotten that. We need to mark that on our map. We should already actually have all the Koroks. Thankfully, it seems like they give you most of the Koroks, except for one, at the start of the mission. Oh, another enemy I have to defeat. Anytime a mob appears, we have to defeat it first before we can defeat the other opponent. And this is a Lino, but that is ice, so we're just going to attack him like this. So, if you have enough damage on fire enemies, you can skip their fight, essentially, by using this over and over again. We're not going to do this against Ganon, so it's not like it really matters to do here. And now the third time, it's the charm, and we take him out. Little effort. Yeah. And now all of the malice should disappear, or at least enough of it. Yeah, that Ruto can now be entered. Alright, to enter that, we'll go down from here. So yeah, we're pretty much doing this whole mission as a speed run, whereas before we were trying to take out the keeps to get extra drops. This one doesn't really give you much of an option. It's either you do the chest in the Koroks, or you try to also clear all the other enemies. You can't do both. This might change though, depending on your level. That aerial maneuver is helping a lot. Okay. These combos are working really well, actually. So some enemies do have a weakness to aerial attacks, so if you hit them, they'll actually immediately be stunned and also still take weak point smash damage, even though their weak point hasn't been revealed at all. I think that's the biggest change this game has, is that there's many different ways you can hit a weak point in this game. And yeah, that cannon went down pretty fast. So much easier when you could just do that. And we leveled up, so now we have 3 full bards.
Sister.
Alright. Zelda gets first in. Oh wait, I didn't even know that all the characters get forced into certain areas. In reality, we already have Link back up, so we could just use him again. That's convenient because he has 3 specials he can use, so for that reason we're using him.
Right.
Alright, let's quickly go for this. I think how much HP they lose might be different depending on how good they are at surviving. Oof, barely took him out. Alright. Skip this cutscene, we can go on. So normally if I was going for more collection stuff, I'd probably also be killing all these Picovolants for more drops. Whoa, that's different. Okay, I am going to take this opportunity to get at least a couple of fire key swings. That's a much rarer and harder to get drop, so I figured to get that while we still can, and that will help us out a lot. And since we have a bit more time, we'll get just this one thing captured. I can see why other players that are trying to farm stuff up could get punished here. Oh, Hikio-ichi, I knew that was gonna happen. At least once. I think until we discover all the characters, we're not going to turn that off. In fact, we probably shouldn't, because we don't know what other characters would do. But I do want to turn off the tutorial, usually. It feels like I should. It's like, do you really have to teach me how to dodge every time? That's crazy. I do remember how to dodge. I'm just not the best at it, you know? Oh, come on, I'm hitting that thing literally right dead on. Alright. Now we have to use the ice around. Oh, we missed. Now we didn't miss this time. That might actually be better, because Fire Bite Ganon is way harder than Ice Bite Ganon, and we can freeze him just like we did that dude. So why not do that? Let's start with a special right off the bat. That's how I'll do the most damage. Barely got him. Just enough to weak point sash him. Well, nice one, you know, Boo. I didn't think the bot would do that much damage that quickly. And just like the boss from earlier, we can freeze this dude as well. And yeah, we just turned one of the toughest Ganon Bite battles into one of the easiest because we just stun locked it with ice and specials. Yeah, that's what happens when you have a lot of power. Like, at that point, it doesn't matter what difficulty you're playing on. If you're very overpowered, you'll probably destroy the enemy. Unless it's on you know what difficulty. And it becomes a lot trickier. Well, sign's telling me Impa needs to upgrade her weapon next. She already has a good rusty weapon. Over there. That's not great. I don't like damage to mid-air enemies. It's very rarely actually effective. We'll keep all the other stuff for now, though. I have to sell quite a bit, actually. That was not still up in the world, but that's what it is. Now what we need to check is, did we actually miss anything? I was a little confused at first, and so I was worried we might have missed a chest. Nope, we got it. Nope, we got it done. In fact, yeah, Modern Fire is done. As for other stuff, we got this done. Carice's chance of great success in fusing. Alright. So, yeah, we got that done. Oh yeah, we need to upgrade Impa's weapon because of what happened earlier. She already has that, but she needs special attack charge 8 to be upgraded. She didn't get that early though. Well, in that case, the speed and stuff will not matter. We'll just do something that matches what she already has. Yeah, we got 3 of those. Okay, maybe we should not do nose. Just in case we decide to do something else. I think at some point we want to get everyone furry rush damage and maybe attack speed. Well, that's a lot more special attack charge rates than I thought. Why don't we change this around a bit and just try the special attack charge rate now? It's not 5, but we should still get a good effect. Okay, no, it didn't work. I just realized sometimes this can happen earlier without the weapon upgrade, but other times it doesn't happen at all. That's what they mean by great success, I guess. But you can make it guaranteed by just fusing 5 of the same weapon. So you can turn what's normally an RNG moment into you always get what you want every time. That's basically my simplest way of putting it. If you have enough power and good stuff, and everything matches the same symbol, you can guarantee that you'll get the super powered upgrade. Oh, perfect. We finally found it. Alright, I'm gonna keep that Goblin Spear, but not lock it, so that we can sell that later to fuse in a specific way that will give us what we need on our Master Sword. Oh. It did the thing. See, like right there, it randomly chose to upgrade that. Okay. Ooh, hang on. We got the secret now. Okay, well, we don't need to do the secret trick now. We just need to apply this in such a way where Furry Rush damage gets upgraded first. So let's do that. Nice. You did it. But now I should be able to raise this. How much does it take to raise? Rupee costs 450. Material cost 30 fish, 50 something else, and 30 stuff. Doesn't seem like it matters what materials we use, really. So we'll just keep using the ones we have the most of. Now we'll just burn some more of a Koblin trophies. And all this does is give us the ability to improve it from level 20 to level 25. And when we get the upgrade later, it'll be improvable from level 25 to level 30. That is the thing we can do. So yeah, that was cool. Unfortunately, we need a bit of our rupees, but I also want to actually make sure I have that weapon upgrade set up. So I've decided I'm going to take a break from the grinding setup again and go back to do some specific features. And by features, I mean just doing show us strength again. And because this is the same mission, there's no point in using XP. It would just make it take longer to get into the map. So in this case, we are not going to do that. As for Koroks in Challenge, I guess I should mention, we did pretty much all of Koroks in a section, including Elemental Uproar, or close to Elemental Uproar, but all of the other 6 ones we haven't done yet. We've been stuck waiting because there's a hair whiff trial we want to do, but it could be really tricky. I'm getting to the point where I might have to do those, so we're going to try the expert trial without a boost. See what happens. If we can somehow get through that without doing cheese, then we will use our fairy for the second one. And then probably just use our bombs to, like, immune through everything. So the reason why we have to go here is because we need to do secrets. I can't even see where I'm going. Alright. The reason why we have to defeat these guys a lot is because for some reason the game wants us to get a lot of Lionel and Hinox trophies for collectibles later. We've gotten a good majority of them by just playing the game normally, but there's only so many Lionels you'll actually end up fighting. Okay. Now that Master Sword has more Furious damage, our Furious should be stronger eventually. But I'm also trying to farm rupees at the same time too, so I can actually do my secret. We can do that pretty easily though by getting that done. And now we have the Furious Vein, I can show off the specific trick. I'll probably save. I just realized I don't need to save. No, wait, yeah. If I did this correctly, I shouldn't need to save. But it might also be RNG, so it's possible we could just keep rerolling the RNG until it works, but I'm not sure if I want to do that a lot. But of course, we need money before we can do that. But we also need materials, so we're trying to focus on that at the same time, so that's why we're going to this mission over and over again and not a different one, because we need both items and rupees. Specifically, we need Hinox and whatnot trophies. We'll be able to get this done a bit faster now if we actually go for the Lionel first, perhaps. It's really hard to do this guy without taking at least a little bit of damage. If they ever appear in the Hairwith trial, we'll have to be very far back. Shoot the bows ever, we're probably gonna just get hit. For the other ones, we could just stay away and be fine, probably. See, now that dude's stuck against the wall, so he can't actually join the battle. Can you... Got the Lionel defeated. That was a good strong attack there. We have enough damage, we can just defeat him outright. faster than watching the weak point smash animation again. This is also slowly getting us levels with Link, so that's not bad at all. Obviously, the later levels take longer than the earlier levels, but it's always nice when we can get a lot of them. We're eventually getting to the point where now, if a blood beam comes in, and as long as we power up our characters beforehand, we could probably still do the mission in blood beam. Okay, well, even though we just got a bunch of our collectibles, we'll have to get rid of a good amount of that just to gain the ability to increase our max weapon level. So now it should be able to go to 25 to 30. And just because I can, I will save. Just in case something weird happens. I've never actually saved after a chapter like this before in a while, except for 1 hour at a time when I also tested this. But now I know what to do. We should be able to do a trick now. So if we choose this weapon to enhance, but manually pick all 5 of the same symbol that match, we should be able to now get a guaranteed upgrade. It basically turns what's normally an RNG setting to make it guaranteed. I think I've seen this on like other videos as well, but basically if you already have a symbol of a specific symbol and you get it and you use for your specific fusing all 5 of a particular symbol that matches what you already have on your weapon, it theoretically will guaranteedly give you a great success in this. And what that usually means is it can do many different things. It can fuse your weapon, make it more stronger, make it more powerful. It can make your weapon get upgraded more, or it can upgrade one of your skills. And see there, yeah, see, look, it happened guaranteed because we were able to do that. Now we can just check to see what happened. I think either special attack damage increased or we got more experience. It looks like we got more experience, but yeah, as you saw there, by saving those 5 symbols up, we were able to get that done immediately. So yeah. Just like that, we saved a load of time by not having to get as much XP on that weapon. Here though, weapon fusing will take a while to get experience on. We're still gonna keep upgrading Link though, because he's the main character I want to use on a lot of these missions. Speaking of main mission stuff, let's do it. Remember that stuff I mentioned I would never do? Let's just do this. Why would we need healing items? One hit already takes us out. How are we supposed to do anything if we have healing items? It just makes no sense. Alright, so I'm doing this with no power-ups first. To see if we can get it done. And if we start failing a bit, we might ignore it. This is the one thing I might try to do otherwise. Though, I'm sure if I'm fast, I could probably just ignore the enemies again. Oh, great. This is way... Okay, hang on. This is way more enemies than I expected. Excuse me. We're kind of trapped here. What is this? What is this shenanigans that we're dealing with? Okay, either we have to do some sort of weird puzzle. I'm gonna do this a cheesy way. Why did they make... Is this really necessary, man? They made 3 moblins fight you at once in an area where one hit is already death? It just makes no sense. There's just so many random ways you could take damage, and with 3 of them, there's a good chance they might just end up surrounding me and defeating me before I get a chance to do anything. Oh, okay, we can just keep doing this, I guess. Ugh. Okay, I almost got iframed there. What I meant by that is, he was already still attacking, but not getting stunned by my attack. So, I wasn't able to do anything. Remember, 1 hit and we go right back to the start of this stupid mission. Okay, I've decided. If I get it once... We could stun them with this, so we'll go ahead and do that to stun them. Or make it so they can't do stuff. So, in case you haven't noticed, oh. Okay, this is a little bit trickier than I wanted. Gotta back up a bit. There's quite a few different ways you can take out these enemies. The even safer way is to use this move right here. And then you can basically do a full combo and then paraglider away before the attack animation completes. Okay, in reality we probably should have had Secret Rune damage up. But that's good to know. We'll be able to use that on Herewith Trial Expert. So slowly but surely we'll be forming our specific combo we need for this. So, future self, use Fairy Tonic as well as extra damage, and then just spam Link with bombs to get through these later battles, because they will become a lot easier once you have the right equipment. And being able to use some of your special abilities can help too. Like, Link does have a bow we can maybe use on certain enemies, so we can try that as well. Somehow we didn't end up baiting that. Ooh, ah! Oh, we could just... Hang on, that was lucky. We can actually just weak point hit him, which is good. The only problem is we were not really nearby enough to take advantage of that. Yeah, okay, I guess, yeah, he is different. I just realized you can tell exactly what attack the silver moblins and moblins will try to do. Because when they do a specific weak point slash, they'll only ever do one specific attack when trying to go for that. And I'm not saying that to be weird, that is literally what they do. And that's useful to know because you can figure out how to get through certain areas. Okay, we need to bait this dude to come first, sir. Oh, come on. Ah! That choo-choo was really close. That explosion is damage, by the way. Oh, great. I don't like it that a good majority of the enemies are trying to follow me, too. We just need one of the... And, yeah, I knew it. The ranged attacks are the worst. Okay, that one we could have... Oh, okay, this one does have saves. I forgot these areas also have saves after you've defeated certain monsters, so I guess it's not back to the start for us. I forgot, this whole game is changed differently. Ugh. That stupid wave really is gonna catch me, man. Okay, we're gonna have to freeze them. There's no safer way to do this than with the freeze trick. This is not what I wanted to do, but it's the best way to do it. Okay, so I tried using bombs. It does somewhat work, but it's not the best. And one thing we can also exploit is so you can actually just go behind them too. That's probably going to be our best way of doing stuff. Maybe try to bait them into doing an attack. Freeze, and then right before the attack connects, you can just back up. Okay, that was bad. I literally tried to dodge and the game did not allow me to dodge. That's stupid. That's annoying because every time you get hit, you have to restart from basically your previous checkpoint. Okay. Hopefully that got rid of some dudes. Oh, I hate when choo-choos follow you. Those are actually probably the most annoying enemy in the game. Because, they can just explode whenever, and if they explode on you, there's not much you can do. Okay, now I just need to not be near him. I don't know why I chose to be near him. That was a dumb idea. We just need to keep running away and kiting him around the map. After this freeze, we're gonna go a little closer to the other stuff. So now we're gonna run the other way, just briefly. Attack to try and attack anything that's getting in my way. So yeah, this is basically what we're doing the entire time. Be easier to see where we're going if we use our map to help us out a bit. Oh, there's more all of a sudden. I'm not worried about the side stuff. I'm more worried about the weak enemies. It always happens. Like, in these battles, the weak enemies are gonna be a real problem. That and random ranged attacks that could sometimes get you fooled. We'll just back up. Yeah, and I'm worried about these flame dudes too, because the Visivals technically have a ranged attack. That could destroy me if we get ruined. Okay, good. That should have gotten us the save point. It might not, though. You never know. And see that random... See what I mean? They can just randomly shoot flame. There's no indication of when they do that. If I had not known about how to deal with that, that could have been a problem. Okay, I just realized going here is one way. So now we have to actually go around. So now the tricky part is how do we actually get past this without taking damage? Well, I assume the best way to do that is to probably just freeze and run away. Oh, these bats can also screw us too. Need to attack really early. Get them around. I think as long as they're constantly attacking, we'll usually be fine, but you never know. It's not really safe to move on until we can get through all these enemies first. Oh. Okay, I don't like playing this strat slow, and this dude does have ranged attacks. Might be easier to just wait around a bit. Because unlike the other dudes, he's actually constantly attacking. So if we wait long enough, but catch him with a freeze, we can more easily take him out. Yeah, okay, this one did not last nearly as long. And, of course, we could always just use our rods as well. I just chose not to because, we need to kind of save them for other stuff, like, Hair Withdrawal Expert. Oh, yeah, by the way, you can use bombs for invincibility frames, too, so even though they should have technically hit me, we avoided them anyway. Okay, this dude is a jerk. But we can thankfully use bows on him. Alright, where do we go next? Not the other way, that's for sure. Let's skip the keys if we can. Okay, well, I guess that's one way to do it. We just skipped that enemy entirely. Yeah. That's a massive range. Holy crap. Okay. Okay, well, this time we can just take out the ice stuff. So, in reality, we should have gone here first, because the ice visuals had stuff we could have used against the moblins, but whatever. So that's why it's excellent. There's just so much more enemies to defeat this time around. More than you'd think. I don't know if there's a better character for this. I'm sure some of a ranged attack could do better. Like, Luke with bombs or something else could probably do better than Link, but... I think because I have more control over Link, Link is probably still my best bet for these missions. So now... Yeah, one more thing should now pop up, and this should be the Expert Plus, and this is where our Koroks is hiding. So that means now, not only do we have to do these shenanigans, but we have to find a Koroks during the battle, and because it's Expert Plus, look what is showing up. More details. We have stupid Octoroks, which are probably the most annoying enemy in the game. Lots of ice enemies and fire dudes, and then an ice Hinox as well as a fire Lionel. The fire Lionel I'm most worried about. We'll have to use bombs against him. And because of how tedious he is, we'll probably just have to do the more normal waiting strategy where we wait for him to attack but stay very far away, freeze him in place, and then just keep attacking him with stasis. That's going to be very important come that time. And because it's Extra Plus, the level's also higher. But, good news, we're not going to be doing that today because I'm not going to want to do this today because I want to end this episode right here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video where I guess we continue Team Koroks. Until then, see you guys later. Bye!